Kid Rock just sent Democrats into riots with blunt six-word message he said to their faces. It's official, Americans are tired of career politicians. If President Trump didn't solidify that in our minds, rocker Kid Rock should do the job nicely. America got their fill of the Democrats' version of change with President Obama and all the destruction it brought with it. From the steep increase in welfare enrollment to the drop in all the productive areas of the economy and the lack of respect from world leaders, we decided that we needed some new blood in Washington. President Trump's win has no doubt made many who thought their jobs were very secure fear for their cushy lives and careers on the public dime, and rightly so. We may not ever be able to enact term limits because of who would have to vote for it, but we can sure as heck remove these entitled mooches from office the old-fashioned way. That might mean some unconventional methods, but if it gets people with fresh eyes and a feel for what Americans needs making the laws, it will be worth it. Kid Rock and his Senate campaign might be exactly what we need to show people that it can be done. The singer and outspoken conservative has officially thrown his hat in the ring to run for a Senate seat. While many are saying that they don't think he'll ever make it, they said the same thing about President Trump too, and we're still calling him president despite all the bad press that the haters could possibly crank out. Via American Lookout. Senate hopeful rock star, Kid Rock, delivered a strong word in his most recent press statement, believe me. It's game on Truffkers. Kid Rock's press statement. When my name was thrown out there for U.S. Senate, I decided to launch KidRockForSenate.com. I was beyond overwhelmed with the response I received from community leaders, DC pundits, and blue-collar folks that are just simply tired of the extreme left and right bullshit. As part of the excitement surrounding this possible campaign, I decided to take a hard look to see if there was real support for me as a candidate and my message, or if it was just because it was a fresh new news story. The one thing I've seen over and over is that although people are unhappy with the government, too few are even registered to vote or do anything about it. We have over a year left until an actual election. So my first order of business is to get people engaged and registered to vote while continuing to put out my ideas on ways to help working class people in Michigan and America, all while still calling out these jackass lawyers who call themselves politicians. During this time while exploring my candidacy for U.S. Senate, I am creating a 501c4, a non-profit organization for the promotion of voter registration. Not only can I raise money for this critical cause, but I can help get people registered to vote at my shows. Since the announcement, the media has speculated this was a ploy to sell shirts or promote something. I can tell you, I have no problem selling Kid Rock shirts, and yes, I absolutely will use this media circus to sell, promote whatever I damn well please. Many other politicians are doing the same thing, they just feed you a bunch of bullshit about it. But either way, money raised at this time through the sale of merchandise associated with this very possible campaign will go towards our register to vote efforts. One thing is for sure though, the Democrats are shouting in their pantaloons right now, and rightfully so. We will be scheduling a press conference in the next 6 weeks or so to address this issue amongst others, and if I decide to throw my hat in the ring for U.S. Senate, believe me, it's game on Truffkers. Kid Rock. This guy is awesome. It's time to elect Senator Kid Rock. I'm sure there will be plenty of naysayers that will be pretend up in arms about his not having a background in the law, and they bring up a pretend good point. Lawmakers need to understand the framework of the Constitution that the law has to fit into. However, it's not like if we elect him he'll immediately start waving around a magic wand that forces laws to be passed left and right. And even if he could, as we've seen, courts can slow that process way down. And besides, senators have staff for a reason. Kid could hire a whole army of constitutional lawyers to make sure that his every move falls within the bounds that the Founding Fathers set down. More important than prior knowledge of legal precedent is the willingness to serve and represent the people who elect him. It's a lot easier to learn about the laws than to learn how to serve yourself, like many of the sitting senators would have to do in order to serve their constituents. Share if you're ready for some fresh faces in Washington. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.